Yo, 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 yo.
Yeah, yeah. Call me sniffing my cigar.
Hey, man, just like the perv you are, man. You should get caught that way.
Call me in a perfect moment.
It's only right. It's only right.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
What's up?
Hey, man. Feels good to be back, man. I was fighting that little monster the other week, man. So I got through it.
Yeah. It's going around, ain't it?
I guess so, man. So, look, case of supposed to be pneumonia, I guess. It never really officially got verified is that, but it was kind of implied that it was that. So,
All right, so let me ask you this. Was it not verified because you didn't go get seen?
Nah. My wife was seen and my son was seen, but they never really, they just kind of was like, hey, it could be this, but take this, take that. This to clear up if it's this to clear up if it's that. They were just symptom hunting, is what it was. But my wife had a client that she was dealing with that said that he had it. He was getting over. He got over it. He just got over it, allegedly. Yeah, he said I'm just getting over walking pneumonia, and from what I understand, until them symptoms are totally done, you still contagious. So I'm pretty sure that joker brought it to my household. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There you go. But long story short, is where I'm trying to get to is, you was a black man. You didn't go get seen yourself.
No, I didn't get seen. I didn't go get seen. I just use her prescriptions.
Because for some reason, and this is me as a medical professional.
Yeah,
we don't go get seen, man. We don't go to the doctor.
We don't have a trust for this. We don't have a trust for any systematic things whatsoever.
And I'm one of the guys at one point, especially at my last assignment, was one of the people you come to see. You go to urgent care, you go to emergency room, you're gonna see a guy like me. I'm there. But still in the same token, I don't go get seen.
Yeah. I tried to go get seen recently. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I talked to you this about it. But this is in the fall time. You know what I'm saying? So this is in recent months. I went to go try to be seen for something. But I ain't like what she was talking. And she tried to refer me to some other places. And I was like, you know what? I feel like you're trying to get in my pocket. You're trying to make sure your homies eat too. I ain't going nowhere else. I'm done.
It is a cold.
I got over it. I was cool afterwards. After about another week, everything was good. And I was like, see, I knew I didn't need to go to them. Y'all trying to play me.
Yeah. But see, it's a cold game. And that's one thing that we have realized with institutions, whether it's school, banks, medicine. Like, man, he's trying to get it, especially when it came down to the COVID jab.
Yeah. Yeah,
you want to try to get it? Hey, they trying to pad their pockets with that. Come on, man. Hey, don't.
As soon as the contract was up, we don't hear nothing about it no more. Contract up, ain't nobody worth seeing. You can still go to work with COVID. COVID is normal now.
You got COVID? Okay, yeah. Just put a mask on. You good?
Now, when them contracts was up, when them contracts were still active, you had to go. You had to go. You couldn't come back to work without a slip. It was on and popping. You know what I'm saying? And the moment the contract expired, life went on as normal. You catch COVID now, don't nobody better eye at you.
Like, you know how the military is? They was putting people out for not getting it. They was putting people out of the military for not getting the COVID vaccine.
It just sounds like a big money play, especially today. You know what I'm saying? In the moment when the fear is high, it's easy to get that off.
I lost your audio.
I said, in the moment when the fear is high, when the fear is high in the moment, it's easy to get that off on people because we all nervous. We don't know what to expect. This is a new virus that's never existed in the world. You know what I mean? So you can get that off on us. But now it's pretty obvious to see.
Yeah, we got too much information. We got too much information.
And didn't they come out and recently admit, now, you got to be careful with headlines, but didn't they recently admit that it's finally admitted it's man-made?
I didn't hear that.
You gotta be careful with headlines because I don't, you scan headlines sometimes.
Headlines are everywhere.
What saying,
headlines are everywhere, and like everybody makes
a lot of clickbaity stuff.
Headlines, clickbait, a lot of clickbait. We thought clickbait was bad back in 2010. Nah, clickbait is the worst right now. Especially now you got the AI. You can make your images. You can make whatever your headline is look like whatever your headline is saying. So you're like, oh, this got to be for real. You click on it.
Yeah. clickbait. But it could have been clickbait. But I saw somewhere where they was like the U.S. government acknowledged it was man-made, somewhere recent. But they were saying like it's just floating on the radar, nobody talking about it. You would have thought I would have went to go click that and see what that was about, but I was like, I already knew that, and I just kept rolling. But who knows?
Yeah.
Either way, it's money plays, man. Everything, and we got to distrust for that, man. With all systems, I don't trust none of them. I think everybody out to get me pockets. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to avoid it.
So hey, look, we are coming up of a certain age. So when it's time to
Nah, I ain't doing it.
You ain't getting that prostate check.
Nah, man, that thing gonna be hanging out the back before I ever get it checked.
Come on, black man.
It's gonna be hanging out the back. I'm gonna be like, man, this joint don't even work no more, man. Can you put this away for me? That's when I'm gonna show up to the doctor. Push this back in for me because
prostate. Who needs it?
Hey man, I'm well aware of what kind of pressure I'm putting out at the toilet these days, man. I don't need nobody to check it to let me know. You know what I'm saying? I know. When I get to a drip, then I know I got a problem. But for right now, you know what I'm saying? I might not could split a bark down the middle no more. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still putting up good pressure and stuff, man. You go to like. My pressure's still good, bro. Like, I go to the bathroom with my kids and stuff, and I hear them over there. They just getting to it.
They ripping.
They ripping. I ain't got they kind of rip, but I got ripped. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. Like
pressure hose.
yeah, man. Back in the day, you could split a tree. That thing goes split right down the middle. I can't do that. But I'm good though. I
don't know. You just memory unlocked, man. Memory unlocked. When I was in elementary school, I don't know if y'all had these where you were from, but the toilets we had were just these long strips, right?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all had those? Okay.
Everybody, yeah, I've been there.
And it used to be contests, man. Back in the elementary school days, you go back as far as you can, get your aim right, and just shoot. Did y'all ever do that?
I don't remember it. I don't remember.
Or they
I'm not surprised, but I don't remember.
Try to see how far they can shoot. Nah, I shot further.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that contest today. You know what I'm saying? But
no.
But
hey, but this is back.
And
I
ain't even talking about on this stuff. I'm just saying in general, like I wouldn't test my distance with nobody. You know what I'm saying today, but
that distance
ain't the same. The distance ain't that no more. You know what I'm saying? But the distance, I can get some distance on somebody comparable to my age. I'm sure. Because sometimes I go in there, I be peeing with people. I'm like, boy, you still at the toilet? I'm like, I'm gone, about to go wash my hands.
I'm good. Yeah, man. Hey, but it's all life, man. Life takes its course. All I'm saying, it's that time of year. Take care of yourself. You're not feeling good, go get seen. It's okay. It's okay. We hard-headed. Hey, man. I told you I was excited and I was headed home in glee. Not glee because of Christmas time and being in the Christmas spirit. We had this conversation yesterday. I don't know what it is. I ain't been in the Christmas spirit lately, but I am in the spirit of this this Opus X that I'm smoking on today. Opus,
good old
X.
Opus. That's by what's my boy's name? The family, right?
Come on now.
You
better say their name. Fuente.
Garcia family. Oh,
Fuente family.
Arturo Fuente.
Arturo Fuente.
Yeah.
So this is when we talk about Fuente, we usually talk about their standard brand with the standard band on it, but this is their upper echelon
the Opus
blends. The Opus X is their upper echelon.
But you've had a variation of the Opus on the show, right?
I've never had an Opus. This is my first time having an Opus X. I've gone to the humidors.
Different versions of that, right?
No. So you see
that specific one is the only one that they got? Yeah, that one right there. I see the band.
I've never had an Opus before. Not to my recollection.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember when it first came to my my acknowledgement, I'll always go to the humidors looking for Opus X. I could never find them.
I've seen it, but I've never got it just because I assumed we did it before.
No,
You ain't done the
no.
Opus X?
Well, because here's one thing I do know. It's the price point. These Opus X, they're 30, 40 plus.
I guess I never got to the price point because I never grabbed.
Yeah, I never got to that price point. Yeah. So I walk into my humidor today, and lo and behold, as soon as I walk in, center display, they got an Opus display. 4 different types of Opus X. I got another one right here. This one went for about, I want to say this one was like about $40. And this one about $35 here.
What was that one? The blue one you just held up? What was that?
This is the Fuente Opus X. Which one is it? It doesn't have the yellow.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. D, you got 2 different versions of the Opus X. They got multiple versions of it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But usually the Opus X, they're reserved for that higher echelon price point. I haven't seen any below like the $25 price point. And I know I haven't. There's only a handful of cigars that I know I've spent above 20 on. Plasencia, Cohiba. I think I grabbed the Monte Cristo that was upper. That's about it. Davidoff, Rocky, of course. But that's about it. So unless they have anything else, I don't ever remember having an Opus in my hand. Especially not this one.
That's crazy. You know what? I always kind of like be hesitant on Fuente on the show, bringing it on the show, because I feel like you ran through all of them, man. I could have sworn you did all
the regular Fuentes with the regular band on it, but never with the X on it.
Never with the X. Hey, boy, I ain't even know. Guess I just assumed and wrote it off, man.
Yeah, because these don't have it. It has Fuente on the side, but it doesn't have like the A Fuente like the rest of them.
No, it's just always in the section with Fuente though. Yeah. I've never run into it even in the Fuente section. Me personally. Interesting, man.
Yep. Well, so I have the Opus X Forbidden Passion. Is it Passion or Passion?
Passion de
Amor. Yeah. And let me give you a little bit run through about the specs. It's origins, Dominican Republican origin, Colorado Maduro wrapper, Dominican, wrapper and binder and filler, all Dominican. Smoking Dominican. We smoking that DR right now.
Good way to smoke. Dominican through and through. Well, shoot, man, I'm interested to hear what you got going on, man. Let me dive into mine real quick so we can keep it pushing, man. This week I got a 1964 anniversary by Padron, and mine is Nicaraguan through and through. Yeah, Nicaraguan through and through with a nice little box press.
I'm in the DR with mine,
and
I might be having a little bit
started a little early.
Got the burn already. I'm just saying it might be popping in the DR more than it is in Nicaragua. I don't know. I've never experienced either or.
Hey man, we're gonna see today, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna test and see who got the good soil out in which country.
I'm in the DR with it right now.
Yeah, man. Vernors. Not Vernors.
Hey, shout out to Vernors. Shout out to Detroit.
Sure.
The great state of Michigan.
Sure. Football's going well, isn't it? You see, I'm starting to glitch. The moment I start thinking about it, screen start glitching.
Football's going well. Go Lions. We making it happen. 12-1. We'll see.
I can't wait for the level of disappointment you're gonna have at the end of this season, man. Because now you're getting built up really high. You're feeling positive. You feel like things are gonna go. Ooh, this crash is gonna be beautiful when it hits.
The crash is gonna be rough. Hey, that's what it was last year when we made it to the NFC Championship. I was just happy that we had a game that late in the season. But then
last year was that. Yeah. Last year set the tone for this year to be disappointed, though. That's why this year gonna be worse than last year. Because last year expectations weren't there yet. Now you see what y'all capable of, and y'all killing games. Yeah, it's different.
We get disappointment.
Yeah,
the setup is real. But hey, speaking of setup, speaking of football, there's a young man by the name of Travis Hunter, Heisman Trophy candidate. Got his little this fiance situation going on, and it's been hot to trot on the internet. Everybody's talking prenup. Hey, look, all the red flags are there.
Yeah,
I don't know if have you seen any of these videos? I don't think I've sent you any.
You sent me something briefly.
Okay.
I see that it's a topic of conversation. Yeah, to be honest, I never looked into it. You know what I mean? Because it was just kind of like I kind of felt like I knew what people were gonna have to say about it once I got a general idea what was going on.
Yeah.
But
so, quick synopsis. You know, this young man, star player in college, has this girl that he's been pursuing, and she's been giving him the stiff arm for years. Well, I don't know if it was for years, but for a long time, as they explain it. Give him the stiff arm, silent treatment, left on red, left on scene, all that good stuff. He gets invited to a party with her, or she invites him to a party. Then all of a sudden, next thing they say is, "We've been in love ever since." My thing is, I'm thinking, hey, showed up to the party. She didn't know who he was. Probably never kept up with football. Then the whispers of, hey, that's old boy.
Yeah,
it looked like he might have a promising future. And antennas go up, and it's like, oh, might have something here. I think I'm in love. How you feeling as an older gentleman now?
Yeah.
Stable in your situation, you good to go. But imagine your son, nephew, whatever have you, in this situation when they got this promising future, and all of a sudden, a woman they pursuing that's been giving them the stiff arm, you're like, oh, now we in love now. We in love. What you thinking?
I don't know, man. I'm torn with it. You know what I mean? And I'm only torn for the sake of, we got so much information out there. I have a hard time believing it was the party before she figured out who he was. Now, maybe that's the case. I don't know, but I don't see what woman that kind of has been dealing with this guy for a while. I don't see what woman hasn't looked up who this is that keeps bothering me after a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But because it seems like she strung him along enough where they communicated, but not enough where he could get close to her. So I don't see how she didn't figure out who he was. Like, you didn't see Heisman candidate in his profile when he kept reaching out to you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at some point she had to figure out who he was. Like, sooner.
Maybe she didn't value sports to that point to where she's actually paying. Oh, he plays football in college. What does that mean? Because there's a lot of football players in college, and everybody gas themselves up to be greater than what they think they are.
I mean, maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to know if she's necessarily on BS or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could just be a good girl, not taking everybody all advances. You know what I'm saying? Or she could have just looked at him like he was a Uggy, and that's fine too if she did. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine. She's entitled to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know if she's Vanessa Bryant or if she's Shawnee O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to gauge it right now. You know what I'm saying?
In my opinion, she's teetering between both of those. She's right smack dab in the middle, if you ask me. My opinion. She's sandwiched in between a Shawnee O'Neal and a Vanessa Bryant.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm torn. If it was my son or my nephew, you know, I would just tell him to keep his guards up. You know what I'm saying? But like, but you got to get to know the girl. You know what I'm saying? I can't assess her like that quite yet. You know what I'm saying? I would have to get to know her personally and be like, hey, bro, that ain't it. Or either, hey, you got you a good one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's your take on it though? You think she just out for the money?
So from my take, possibly. I say, if I had to put a percentage on it, I'd say 80-20. 80-20, I'm in it for the benefits. 20%, I actually kind of like this guy. You know, I might not have been attracted to him, which is like you said, everybody's entitled to that. You might not be fully attracted to the person that you decide to yoke up with, but you see some kind of, you know, there has to be some kind of benefit for you if you get into a relationship, whether some kind of emotional support, some physical attraction, some stability, financial stability. There's got to be something. There's got to be something that says, okay, I'm going to latch on to this person. We're gonna link up. We're gonna do something. And attraction might not always be the reason. It might not be. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So every woman has their play. Then also at the same time, every man has their play. I know I might not be the best looking dude in the room, i.e. like a Biggie or something like that, but I know I got a swag or I got some kind of hook. I got money in my pocket. I'm an athlete,
This
whatever it
success
is.
make me look real sexy right now, though.
Yeah. Jay-Z and Biggie vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should bring up Jay-Z name right now, but
dangerous.
dangerous territory, right? But you know what I'm saying?
30 years expiring.
It's
dangerous time to talk about him, man. We in year 29, man. You should have talked about him last year.
Last year. Clock is ticking. 30 years. 30 years. Yeah. But you know, every dude's gonna use their whatever advantages or attributes that they can use to get the woman of their dreams.
Right.
It's fine. But my whole thing is not necessarily with her, but with him, is approaching that situation with caution, though.
Yeah,
still approaching it with caution. And what I'm seeing when I watch his like his TikToks or his Instagram videos or whatever they be doing on you know what I'm saying, like their little dynamic, is I'm seeing somebody talking about how my pops used to say back in the day, nose wide open, just nose wide open.
Yeah. See, that's the concern though, is when your nose is too wide open as the moneymaker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that she gonna get him. But like I said, you should approach every relationship like they might get you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's the thing. And that would be my thing to my son or my nephew. Was like, hey, look, run your play. Run your play. Hey, you got money in your pocket. And if that's your hook, that's your hook. If you got a good talk game and that's your hook, or you funny, you can make her laugh. You might not be her type, but she like the fact that you make her laugh or you make her feel secure. Whatever your hook is. But at the same time, don't be so caught up to where your nose is open. You're gonna get caught lacking. That's my biggest thing. Not necessarily what her red flags are, but hey, do you recognize the red flags? And you got a risk reward? Can I put up with? Because everyone's gonna have some red flags. But okay, are these something I can put up with? And am I gonna be good to go? By all means, enjoy your time. If you like the girl, you attracted to her, you got the girl of your dreams. Go for it, young lion. Go get it.
Enjoy it.
Go get it.
Don't necessarily go in expecting her to get you, but be open that she might get you. You know what I'm saying? It's a balance to it. Like,
yeah. Don't be nose wide open.
If anything, I would say maybe he should put a contingency in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? In the marriage, if we go beyond 10 years, the prenup expires or something. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, I like that. Yeah, you held me down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We
earned it at that point. If you really was out to get me and you stuck it out for 10 years to get me, you earned your contract. You earned it, baby. Go get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe put an expiration on it.
You should have enough money that if you got to spend half, you good to go. Okay, I got 500 mil. I'll walk away with 250.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's my thing on it though. That's my take. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe she out to get him. You know what I'm saying? And if she is, duh. You know what I'm saying? And if she ain't, then great. You know, we found out she was good people and stuff, man.
Like my whole thing is it's not about her. I ain't worried about the young woman. I'm more so worried about the young man. It's like, hey, look, run your play, but just understand what the possibilities could be, and just similar to like when we talked about the presidency. And I used to have this talk with a lot of people about voting for this person, voting for that person. Hey, if you know how to run your race and approach the situation, whichever way it go, you straight. If she's gonna try to get you, she's gonna try to get you. It's the inevitable. You know what I'm saying? It might be the inevitable, but as long as you know what you're getting out the situation, and you can handle it, by all means, go get a young lion.
Hey, and I don't think she knows, my personal opinion, no disrespect, I don't think she like no super baddie like that nowhere where he really, she just gonna be going out just busting dudes over the head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think she one of them type. Like, what's that girl?
Never know.
Britney girl that was going around getting everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
Little light-skinned chick, man, that was grooming young dudes and stuff and going out. I don't know her name. But it could be a case like that, or girl Drea, okay. Somebody like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what her play is. Everybody know what her play
is. When you see somebody like that and you know how she getting down anyway, expect it. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't get got by somebody like that that they on that type of time. You can sense it on them. You know, this girl got a little innocence to her. She seemed like she probably ain't getting offers like that all the time anyway. You know, I don't know. Maybe I don't think I don't know that she's the villain. You know what I'm saying? Put it that way. I don't know that she's the villain. But I got my popcorn. I'm ready for it to play out. You know what I'm saying? He ain't my nephew. Go do your thing, player.
Let's watch the show. Hey, look, there's a lot of shows going on though. It's a lot of popcorn being popped right now.
Yeah, man. Hey, what's the most interesting show to you right now out of all the ones that's going on? What's got your attention?
I mean, I can't lie. Jayz sounds like it's going to be a really interesting show.
Yeah. I heard something came out with his girl recently, though. She came out. She done got caught lying already.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. Like, what was her? She got, basically her father, she said her father came to pick her up. Like, he had to drive 5 hours to come get her. And the pops was like, man, I don't really remember that. That seemed like something I would remember, and I don't remember that happening. Where I had to go drive 5 hours to go pick up my 13-year-old daughter from somewhere being stranded.
That's something that you would, and that is one thing that was kind of concerning about the story. And I get it in certain settings or certain areas. At 13, your lifestyle might be a little bit different.
Yeah,
but for the most part, it does sound a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And she said she talked to, she named some celebrity that she talked to at the actual VMAs. Yeah. And that person's rep came out and said, hey, look, they didn't attend that VMA in 2001. Yeah. They were actually on tour during that time. So they weren't at the show. So, you know, she's caught. But look, for me, the Jay-Z story is intriguing because it just takes the door to open. The rest of the people will start to exit.
That's what I was going to say. Is it could be a precursor, like where there's smoke, there's fire. Like that could just have been a smoke or whatever. But then there's some truths along the way, and then once you get to that truth, you find that trail of ants. You get back, you see the rest of everything else.
Yeah. I'm curious of how his situation plays out more so than Diddy. And I say that because Diddy was such a shock, and he didn't have, like, he had his set of rumors following him throughout the years, but that one, all of this was unexpected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with Jay-Z, there's always been a little bit of smoke around him. I remember, you know what I'm saying? I remember the Foxy accusations. I remember
Beyonce was young.
Beyonce was young. He was chasing Aaliyah back in the day, you know, a little bit after Robert was chasing her. You know, I remember that. I think there was somebody else he said that, was it Blue or somebody? Blue Control was supposed to be a little young when he got with her. It was a couple. He's always kind of had that little thing chasing behind him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in the young girls. So this intrigues me now because it's like, well, let's see. Because this was always on the table for him as a possibility.
Right.
So now it's like, let's see if something comes out of it or if he was just literally messing with little 18-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see.
And we already know Robert. We already know Robert's situation.
That was a good friend of his. He was buddies with Robert, and Robert was doing their thing, you know. So you had people in your circle. You was supposed to have been on the flight log of Epstein. Weinstein's a homie. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, you've been, your circle kind of a little funny. You know what I'm saying? You got rumors that followed you. And you know what? I was just complaining to someone about this recently. I hate how these dudes try to rewrite history, man. Like we weren't there for history. You know, Jay put out his little statement talking about we protect the kids. We don't do stuff like that. And it's like, bro, that's cool and all, But don't rewrite history like I won't here for it, bro. I remember you being attached to all these young girls. Now all of a sudden you protect the kids.
Whole misogyny.
Get out of here! Don't rewrite it. You was a stone cold misogynist. Now all of a sudden you want to rewrite history because you.
I remember here in the early 2000s how misogynistic Jay-Z is. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the big things you always heard. You know what I'm saying? And you can take the rumors back to Ether and break down Ether a little bit. You know what I mean? And that whole beef with Nas and some of the things Nas was saying during the beef.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Don't rewrite history for those of us that was here for it. It's like, cool, you ain't on that time no more. You a married man, you got a family and all. I feel you, bro, but I was here for it. Don't rewrite history like I won't. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these dudes do that, though. Not just Jay. I'm on Jay right now because he was the topic of conversation. But a lot of these dudes try to rewrite history like we weren't here for it. Like, you tell me you're the greatest of all time. I was here for your run. Jay again. You tell me you're the greatest of all time, but I never seen you be the greatest of your era at any point in time. It's just like, man, not without dispute. You know what I'm saying? Like, not undisputedly. Like, stop rewriting history and people just go for it. Like, you know. I was the hottest. Well, you never sold the most records, but how was you the hottest during any of these times? You know what I'm saying?
Because you said it.
Because you said it. And then history remembers it that way for some reason, but it just won't real when you reflect on it. Like,
yeah, because we were there. We were there.
I was there for it. At one point, and I was cheering you on at the time, but in reality, you weren't. You weren't. Your best year, you lost the battle. Like, that was your closest year to be.
That was your hottest year. That was your blueprint year. That was your hottest year. You retired a couple of years after that.
Yeah, man. And them songs aged horribly. They stink when I listen to them.
He was like, yo, what did he? We had this conversation a couple of years ago when he had the whole museum put up. I'm like, Jay-Z lyrics to me, they weren't that. He said a bunch of nothing and trying to make it sound cool. And that's the product that you got. And that's the greatest. When you talk about lyricists, it doesn't come off as a lyricist to me. You just said a bunch of nothing in a witty way and try to make it sound cool.
Yeah.
It's not the hottest. You're not the hottest. Not the greatest. Yeah, not my book.
Yeah, man. So, but anyway, his story will be very intriguing to see how this all comes together over the next 2025. Because 2025 is the year for him if it's going to be one. Like,
hey, we talked about it. We talked about this whole 30 years. We can bring it up again.
Break that down. Break that down for those that don't know. And you may not remember the people in detail, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So if you missed this conversation, I think this was about a year ago we had this conversation. But when I was looking at some of these timelines of these individuals when tumultuous things have happened, whether it's a Diddy or Michael Jackson or Bill Cosby or R. Kelly or whatever, it seems like after 30 years of their entering their stardom era, not just them being known, but their stardom era. Like a Bill Cosby, he was around, you know what I'm saying? Movies with Sidney Poitier and all that stuff. But he wasn't Cosby as we revered him until a certain time frame, right? Mm-hmm. And the same thing you could say with Michael Jackson. We know him with the Jackson 5, but then Off the Wall and further on. Yeah. And to me, it just felt like this whole little 30-year bracket of them getting to a certain place and then them coming to this crashing fall. It sounds like a 30-year contract that was pinned in some kind of way that, hey, for 30 years, we're going to put you at the top. You're going to have everything that you want. And most of them young thinking 30 years is so far away that, hey, I'll deal with this for 30 years. Give me 30 years. And if I got to pay up, I'll be rich by then. I can find my way out of it. I can lawyer my way out of it. I can, whatever. I can get out of this. I'll be powerful.
Right.
And they come to find out 30 years later, run into a brick wall. So I just feel like this whole 30-year thing it's looking pretty consistent. And looking at Jay-Z, and his is no different if you look at his timelines. 1995 was a big year for Jay-Z and Rockefeller and them breaking into the industry and having their first
coming out single party.
Coming out party. My first time hearing Jay-Z was in 95. It was about 95. Then 96 definitely for sure, just taking off like a rocket ship. So it's like 30 years ago. Did he make something happen? So now we're at this 30-year point. You get to year 29, and then the door starts to open a little bit. And then everything comes out on that year 30 to where either something happens where it's a huge court case, all the rumors start swirling, or they end up dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like that. And in the past, 1979 to what, 2009 for Mike Jack? Mm-hmm. 94 to 2024 for Puffy. You know, R. Kelly gave 30 years of his life as he yelled out.
I gave you 30 years of my career. 30 years. Now you locked up.
So, I mean, it's something to consider, man. You know, and somebody asked us about Prince, you know, and it's just like, hey, it really matters. It really depends on, you got to check the timeline and really see if they had like went from here to here at a certain point in their career. And if they, from there, once they hit that new peak, then 30 from there. And everybody ain't going to be involved in it. Just because you in the entertainment business don't mean you involved in it. Prince was he didn't have friends like that in the game. He was, he had slave on his face. He won't,
when got out of business and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that don't mean that he's a part of this 30-year contract, but it also doesn't mean that it's not possible. You would just have to kind of do the math on when did his downfall happen versus when did his peak happen, and does the times match up on that theory? You know, so hey man, I think you own to something, man, and I think we slowly watching it, man, and I really wish we would go back and do a little more research on a few more of these people. You know what I'm saying?
And I will. Because I want to get my popcorn ready for the next year, and then the year after that, who's gonna be the show for 2026 and 2027 and 2030.
Yeah, because it's almost about to be predictable who's next up. It's getting to that point.
For real, just go to Wikipedia and pull up a bunch of different actors and artists and whatever, and see when they popped off. And like, all right, here we go. 2040 might be somebody's year. Kevin.
Hey, you know what's crazy? It's 2040. That's his year. That's his year. That's your boy year in 2040. But I think that some of these guys, man, they're kind of shocking that they went as far as they did, which really gives credence to your theory. Like, it's easy now for us to all just look at Puff like he's that guy, but you couldn't have predicted that in 94. There were no signs on the wall that he was going to be here 30 years later. You know what I'm saying? Back during the time frame. Even when Biggie died, there was no writing on the wall he was going to be around after I'll Be Missing You in that first album. You know what I'm saying?
And be one of the biggest and richest. In 1997, of course, you know what I'm saying? He tried to be flashy with money, more problems, all this stuff, talking about money. And, you know what I'm saying? That was more Biggie's mantra, more so than Diddy. And Diddy kind of grew into that, you know, talking about, you know what I'm saying, billionaire status and all that stuff. He kind of walked to that. But in 2000, we weren't thinking about Diddy being the biggest of the biggest, the richest of the richest.
You just couldn't have guessed it. You know what I'm saying? Same with Jayz. Like in 97, you just couldn't have guessed he was going to still be here today. Like in this position that he's revered, like top dog of all time. I would have never guessed it back then when Money Cash Hoes was out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just wasn't supposed to be like, but some of these guys end up in these positions, man, and it's weird to see them there. So I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, it just brings to mind, what did they do to get them to this point? And then what's
even Dame Dash asked that, like, is that why they were in places I couldn't get in? Because I couldn't get my foot in the door.
Yeah, because I didn't make that deal. Dame Dash didn't make that deal that somebody else might have made. So Dame Dash, and this is the person you in lockstep with the whole time. He's doing something off to the side that you ain't aware of, that's getting him into doors that you can't get into, but that's your guy. Yeah.
And then magically, he decides he don't want to be your guy no more. And because you're such a jerk, we just all like, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
But did it really make sense?
Yeah, we all put it on Dame Dash. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, Dame Dash has some of his way, like you said. you can hang it up on him being the jerk or whatever, but at the same time, now looking back at it 30 years later, I'm watching Dame Dash interviews, and then you're seeing the conduct of Jay-Z and then some of the rumors that are swirling around, and you're like, who's the more sane individual now? And Dame Dash is really looking like the more level-headed individual, the more
and Dame was this jerk. He was this madman. But do you think he was ever this madman to Jay? He was doing it on behalf of Jay.
After Jay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Kanye's a madman, but do you think he was being a madman to Jay? You know what I'm saying? It's just like you got to kind of weigh it, like, but he's cut past with Ye. You know what I'm saying? And obviously Ye didn't sign the 30 deal because if they did, they reneged on it and they canceled his early. You know what I'm saying? So
like, let's get rid of this contract. Let's make it null and void.
Null and
you don't want this contract no more. You good. You good.
You good, bro. But I don't know. I don't know. It's fun though. It's fun to think about, man. But hey, man, let's review these sticks, man, and get up out of here, man.
Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that time. Hey, look. Yeah. So before we start to end this, we are coming up at the end of the year. It's getting close to Christmas. We're gonna start thinking about our top sticks and stuff like that, top brands of top sticks or whatever. So let me just say, this one coming in at the close of the year, smoking like this, I might have to do some thinking, man. I might have to do some thinking. So Opus X did not disappoint. Did not disappoint. So from construction, it's really, really nice. It doesn't look like it's box press, but it has this squarish shape that makes it really nice and comfortable to smoke too. Really good, really good setup. I'm going first. Am I going first?
No, go ahead. You don't kick it off. I was gonna go first, but because you got the exciting stick, but you in it now. Go.
I'm sorry. I got too excited. Man. I'm feeling it. But hey, when you talk about a rich smoke, I don't know if you saw every time I puff this bad boy, nice thick rich smoke. All the flavors are well balanced. Placencia-esque. I'm not even gonna say Placencia-esque. I'm gonna just say like Fuente does, because Fuente does they EQ their flavors really well. But it's just Placencia does them just way better, just a little bit better. They add a little sprinkle of something else that just makes it like a Fuente but better, right?
Yeah.
So this Opus does what Fuente does. So some of the notes I got, some nice oakiness, a little bit of pepper. Pepper is just right. I got a little bit of mocha on the tail end, and then maybe a hint of caramel too, just like a hint of caramel with some oak and nuttiness there. I did try to retrohale a little bit, and it did enhance the spice. So the spice hits me right where I wanted to hit. And all those flavors that I got, they just come together really, really nicely in Fuente fashion. But just that much better. With the construction, with the rich smoke, rich taste, rich flavors, I'm gonna have to put this one in the high fours, man. I'm going high fours, and I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment because I was so excited about this stick. But it,
hey, man, be a prisoner. If it lived up to it, it earned it to be a prisoner of the moment. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, this is what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna go with a 4.6.5 because I want to go 7 so bad.
Let's go 7. 4.7 then.
4.7. Right, we're gonna round up. 4.7 for the Opus X.
It's Fuente, man. I don't mind. I have to believe it when it's Arturo's name on it. So it's 4.7.
It's nice, man. It's nice, and then that mocha and caramel type of mix, really, really subtle, and it's like it's complementary to the smoke itself. Like it's just it's right there.
Dope. Well, man, that's a lovely score, and I'm gonna have to definitely make sure I pick it up now, man. It's now that I know that it's like that, and this is your first time trying it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna definitely keep that one in mind when I do come across it. For me, I had the Padron 1964 anniversary, and for this stick right here, I would say it's a very good construction on it. It always kept a nice, beautiful burn, had good aroma in the air, good creamy, medium to full body smoke. Woodiness, earthiness on the stick. I'd say like a nutty hazelnut coffee type
like that
note to it. You know what I'm saying? I would what else was on this stick? Little cocoa in the mix, you know what I'm saying? A little cocoa in the mix, you know. And I'd say those are the primary things I picked up on, but it was very enjoyable, man. Everything was blended pretty well, man. It was a smooth stick, man. And this is one of those ones it's perfect for the occasion. You know what I'm saying? A little quick chill out, you know what I'm saying? And just enjoy yourself, man. This is one that don't necessarily, it don't sit to the back, but it don't come dominate everything either. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's one of those ones you can kind of be in the pocket with and enjoy yourself, man. It's like a almost everyday stick type feel. You know what I'm saying? Good stick, good cigar though. So for Padron 1964 anniversary, I will go with a 4.2 from 1 out of 5 on this one.
Are we smoking the 4s right now? I like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm gonna give DR the heads up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all produced the better tobacco this week. But Nicaragua can hold his head up high. You know what I'm saying? Be proud of what he put out. Great stick.
Yeah, man. All right. I guess that does it, huh?
That does it for this week's episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. Hey, we'll get with y'all next week. In the meantime, y'all keep y'all cigars high. And hopefully we'll have a year in review coming up here, man.
Yeah, we gotta do that. We have to deliver on that.
Yeah. We get the top list out, man. But anyway, man, y'all enjoy your week, man. We out.
Sir.